People think that luxury is just a brand or just a gold railing in the staircases, but I think that luxury is a lifestyle.
Today, we're at the stunning Finca Cortesin inside the future home of the St Regis Residences on the Costa del Sol. We're joined by Enrique López Sastre, Director of Sales and Marketing at Caledonian, a developer known for pushing the limits of excellence, innovation, and design. We'll explore how Caledonian, together with renowned architect Marcio Kogan, is crafting a new benchmark in luxury living. We also look at the rich heritage behind St. Regis, from its origins in New York in 1904 to this evolution as a global icon of sophistication, and why this partnership between Caledonian, located at Finca Cortesin, a symbol of Andalusian beauty, culture, and flawless service, makes this project truly extraordinary.
I'm Enrique López Sastre, the Sales and Marketing Director at Caledonian. Caledonian is a construction and development company founded in 1998. We specialize in high-end development projects from residential to hospitality. And currently we're here to speak about our latest project, the St Regis Residences, Casares, Costa del Sol. Our mission is essentially to try and provide to our clients the best product possible in the market. So we're not a company that does 5 or 10 developments a year. We're a company that actually can only hold one development each year or each year and a half. We actually very much focus on exclusivity. We focus on extremely high quality products, on amazing finishes, and we focus on sustainability. We think that houses are not for today, but they're for forever. So for as long as we can keep that going, it's our goal and our mission. We focus on minimalism rather than those grand golden bars within the villas or the houses. We try and center more in the actual efficiency of the house, both sustainable efficiency and floor plan efficiency, and also within the minimalist design. We've been working with Marcio Kogan for the past 12 years. He's been a great addition to Caledonian and to its projects because he's kind of like the Picasso, the artist who brings this project design into life, and then we are the people who actually execute that to the best of our ability. Currently, as Caledonian, we're seen in the market as a reference company. We're kind of in a different league because of what we do. So we don't only do the development, but we do the development, we do the construction, and we do all of the technical architecture and the engineering of our own buildings. So to put things into a little example from the actual project, for example, what we've done is we've taken something that's very common, which is having a terrace at the front of your residence, and we've actually taken it off, we've put it on the side. This has allowed us to have extremely uninterrupted views from the bedrooms and the living rooms, and to maintain the view from the terraces, because by placing them on the side, you sustain the view, but you don't have chairs or furniture right in front of your glass that's interrupting the Gulf and the sea that you have currently in the project. So we try and focus on as much as we can. Another small example of what we're doing currently within the St Regis project is at the same time as the construction started, so about 3.5 years prior to the handover, we're actually in a factory outside of Madrid. We're developing the actual musarabi, so the exterior wood paneling that is going to be covering the buildings, and because we don't like frames. So we actually put our architects and our engineers in the development of that frameless design structure. So that's kind of what we try and do. We go far and beyond within what we do. Marcio Kogan actually has a very, very good relationship with us because we started working with him. We've actually done 6 projects with him at the time. We started working with him over 12 years ago. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were the first people to bring him into Spain. We're very happy of that. We haven't stopped working with Marcio Kogan. We think he's an amazing, amazing architect. He's #1 in Brazil, one of the best in the world. And his vision is just pure minimalism. It's aesthetic. It's the involvement of the buildings into nature. As you can see in one of the developments that we did previously, the Cortesin villas, those villas were awarded last year as the best development in Costa del Sol. They're going to be the same team building as in the St Regis. So we learn constantly from the projects that we do. And that project is extremely, extremely involved into nature. We also work with Isabel Duprat, who has worked a very long time with Marcio Kogan and with us as well. She focuses on trying to blend all of these projects even further into nature. So they're not massive white buildings disrupting the greenery or the scene. They're extremely blended into nature. They're very discreet. They're very minimalism. They don't try to be or pretend to be anything. They're just pure quality and understated luxury. With regards to our awards, we're very glad that we receive a few every year. We've actually had a very wide array of awards in all different departments of what we do. So for example, that development, it got the best development of Costa del Sol. We also won the 3-point Mitsubishi Award for installations. So that was for the plumbing, for the electricity, for the machinery that we install, and the engineering that we have created in that project. We've also been finalists in the World Architectural Festival with our project in Somosaguas. It was an amazing project, also done side by side with Marcio Kogan. We've had the best constructors in Spain, best CEO of the year. So we really touch a lot or tick a lot of the boxes of the awards. We don't only focus on the development side, we try to focus on absolutely everything that we can, and that involves us. So St Regis, as some people might know, is part of the Marriott Group. The Marriott Group is one of the, well, I think it's the largest hospitality group in the world. It has over 3,000 hotels. It has over 250 residences, either under construction or within the pipeline. And then within Marriott, there's different categories of brands. And the top brands that they hold are Ritz-Carlton, St Regis, and Bulgari. St Regis is, in our opinion and in the eyes of Marriott, the most prestigious brand that they hold. It's also the eldest brand that they hold. It's 120 years old, so this year actually was the 120th anniversary of St Regis. We were very proud to be a part of that because we actually managed to get all of the involvement of St Regis prior to that. So we got announced with them as part of the new pipeline of the 120th anniversary. So St Regis is extremely known for two things. One of them, they're Bloody Marys. They were like the inventors of Bloody Marys. We're actually going to gift some of the books to our clients of the recipes of how to make the real Astor family Bloody Mary. Then they're very, very well known for the signature butler service. So when we were looking for a brand to partner with, we tried to find a brand that was going to add value to our clients, that was going to add value to our projects. We weren't just looking for the best of the best, because the actual team that we have in the project is the best in the best in all of their fields. Marcio Kogan is an amazing architect. Lázaro Rosaviolan, he's the interior designer of the project. He is doing an amazing job, and he's a greatly renowned interior designer. Then we have Isabel Duprat and Maria Covarrubias doing landscaping and lighting. And then we have Caledonian as being the developers and the builders of the project. So that's incredible. It's an incredible team to have. Within services, St Regis is extremely well known as that. Since they have an 120-year experience within hospitality, when we decided to do the standalone project, we wanted to have this company that was going to come here to our clients to try and just take care of everything. So they do the entire operation and maintenance of the residences. The residences are essentially treated as a hotel, but they're your personal house. So essentially you're living in a hotel, but that hotel room is essentially your residence, and you have absolutely everything you can imagine with regards to a hotel. So you have the concierge service. So for example, if you have kids, they have a French exam, they need a teacher, they'll take care of it. If you need to organize flights because you're coming from New York to Marbella, they'll organize the flight for you, private jet or not private jet. They can organize the transfers for you if you need a massage. If, for example, you're throwing a catering party at your residence because it's your birthday, you could ask Marriott and St Regis specifically to cater from actually our amenities, for example. That we have a catering pantry, so they can cater to you if you don't want to get your kitchen dirty, and they can provide absolutely anything you might need. Also, our clients, as being a part of St Regis Residences, they get main benefits. One of the main benefits is the access to the Platinum Elite status within the Marriott Bonvoy program. That's the highest tier that they have within the Marriott Elite. Then we also have access, but this is solely for branded residences owner of Marriott, which is the OnVia program. Here we have butler service all around the world. We also have exclusive access to a few things from Marriott. So for example, as you might know, Ritz-Carlton just recently released the yacht line. So those actually have a 3-year waiting list or 2.5-year waiting list. All of the OnVia members actually have priority access to that. So they get access to different VIP event invitations, to early bird access to things that they're releasing. It's quite a good thing to hold. So we're talking 46 units divided in 8 buildings. The 9th building would be considered the amenities area. So we have phase 1, which includes building 1, 2, 3, 4, and the amenities area. Then we have phase 2, which is 5, 6, 7, 8. And that would be the second phase, which will be integrated further down the line. So our expectation is we've already started building. We want to hand over phase 1. It's a Marriott requirement to actually hand over the entire phase at one go with the amenities area, and then we can add the rest of the building sequentially. So that's what we will be doing. Also, people are worried, oh, am I going to hear the construction side by side? We believe that by the time that we're handing over phase 1, we will only have internal works in phase 2. So it won't be disruptive for the clients. Yeah, so we have 2, 3, and 4. We have ground floor, first floor, lower penthouse, and penthouse. The lower penthouses are 2 and 3 bedrooms. The penthouses are solely 4 bedrooms, and then we have first floor and ground floor residences for 2 and 3 bedrooms. Mainly 3 bedrooms because it's the most sought after product within the coast, but we are of course offering other typologies for clients that want or desire other things. Within the residences, we have almost 1,300 square meters of amenities. There's really absolutely anything that you can think of. We don't have like an indoors basketball court, but we have a lot of things, supported of course by Finca Cortesin. We have a tennis court, we have a golf course, we have a paddle court, but then we have a heliport, which is important for some of our clients. But within the actual amenities, what we have is home cinema, we have a library, we have a bar, we have a workspace, we have a lounge area, an exterior bar with some outdoor fire pits. We have a catering pantry that can cater to both your apartments or to any event that might be occurring within the amenities area. We have a kids room. We have a full-blown indoor spa with hammam, sauna, halotherapy room, shower circuits, indoor pool. We have a yoga room. We have a Pilates studio, and then we have a fully techno gym, which is amazing. Then of course we have 2 massage areas and locker rooms, and we have hairdressing salon, and we have a barber as well as nail salon and everything. So really, if a client is coming for a week and they don't want to leave Cortesin or they don't want to leave their compound, they don't have to. So the materials we actually would never buy from providers, we buy directly from factories. So we go all around the world in search of the best materials. We have for the exterior, we're bringing in Akoya wood, which is an Australian patented wood. That wood has a 50-year warranty, and it essentially doesn't have the properties of the wood of the warping. So for example, in humid areas such as Marbella, you don't want the wood of the exterior to be warping all around. So that's one of the things that we do. The interior wood is natural oak. We bring it from France. The wood's paneling in the bathrooms and in the residences as well. So we bring materials from all different places. So for example, the flooring in the amenities area is Campaspero. The flooring in the residences is natural stone. And then we do something quite peculiar in the ceilings, which I really quite like, and the architect as well. It's because when we're doing the ceiling, it's all exposed concrete. So at the time of pouring the concrete, we actually have wooden slabs right underneath the pouring of the concrete. When we remove that, it essentially leaves an entire slab of concrete with all the creases of the wood. So it really looks like a linear wooden flooring, but in the ceiling. It's quite peculiar, it's very special. That's quite innovative. By the time that we were doing, there weren't any manufacturers doing it, so we had to create our own makeshift cold ceiling. Now there are, so we're buying it off factories. Essentially, it mimics the underfloor heating, but in the ceiling. So essentially what it does it's a very special and different feeling. So you reduce the air currents, you reduce the noise of the air conditioning. You still, of course, have air conditioning in all of the units, which supports that, and it helps for humidity as well. But it essentially, as a good metaphor, it would be when you leave your car at the beach in the sun, it's absorbing heat, it's radiating a lot of heat, it goes to 55 degrees. It happens the same in the houses. So that's why, for example, at the top of the buildings, we put grass, that is a little thermal insulator. And then in the actual structure, we embed all of the cold ceiling tubes, so it's water tubes that go all through the exposed concrete. And essentially what they do is they cool down the house. So it's as if you go in your car, you blast the air conditioning at 18 degrees, but then the car is not colder. You're just having a cold blast of air into you, but you're still getting all the heat radiated from the ceiling of the car. This essentially is as if you can cool down the ceiling of your car, and it just reduces the heat radiation into the house. That's very good for sustainability, and it's very good for the house efficiency, for costs, for really everything. This was part of our redesign of the terraces. So by adding the terraces on the side, it allowed us, because we essentially have the same material in the ceiling and the floors, both in the covered terrace and in the living rooms. So since we're also very, very minimalist in the way that we do things and in the choice of materials that we use, you only see the railings on both the concrete and the stone. So when you actually open up into the terrace, you have a completely seamless in and out living experience where your house is fully open and you essentially are expanding your living room by 52 square meters. So you go from a 92 square meter living room, which is not bad, to almost 150, which really can change your way of living. Also by changing the terraces, usually when you have a terrace in the front, it's quite a thin, narrow terrace. It's usually 1.5 meters, something like that. Now, by placing them on the side, we're able of making it wider. Now you can have your barbecue, you can have a good dining table, you can have a good lounge area, good space, quite much more squared. It's still rectangular, but much more squared than having a little thin line at the front of the residences. Finca Cortesin is an amazing hotel. It's an incredibly large hotel. It's 2.5 million square meters resort. We have a golf course here as well, a very famous golf course. It played the Solheim Cup, played the Volvo World Match Play Championship. It is a great place to be. It's a place where amazing families from all over the world, they come in the yearly meetings, they close the hotel entirely for themselves because they want to live in this enclave. And they take it for 10 days and they really enjoy it and they repeat. Around 65% of the customers are repeating customers. And the location, in my opinion, is completely unbeatable. People think that because it's not within the Golden Mile, it is not the place to be, but in my opinion, it is. You're kind of in the middle of absolutely everything. You're like, you have like a little spider web where you can go to. You can go to Tarifa in less than an hour. You can go to Ronda in less than an hour. If you're a car fanatic, you have the Ascari circuit. You can go to Montemedio in an hour or less than an hour if you're a horseback rider. That's where the majority of polo players train every year. Then you have the accessibility to Sotogrande, which is 15 minutes away, and then you have Marbella 25 minutes away. The infrastructure, in my opinion, that holds currently the area of Marbella is very heavy. There's a lot of buildings. I think that when you come to Cortesin and you actually experience the lifestyle and stay at the hotel, more than the magnificent sushi restaurant or Don Giovanni that we have here, the Italian, we have 7 restaurants on site, but more than that, it's just a full-on experience. I was actually sitting at the pool the other day with one of my cousins, and funnily enough, I was listening to the table next to us, and they were talking. They were like, oh, it's curious. We're in the middle of June, and the hotel is very empty. And I actually turned around, I was like, no, we're at 100% occupancy, but this is the magic of Cortesin. The magic of Cortesin is that you don't see other people. You're very private, it's very exclusive. You don't go into a pool where there's 50 people or kids jumping into the pools. There's 3 different pools for 60 rooms. So it's very special. We have, I think it's 1 staff member per guest of the hotel. It's a very exclusive experience. People think that luxury is just a brand or just a gold railing in the staircases, but I think that luxury is a lifestyle. I think that when you go to the Blue Bar at Finca Cortesin and you order a gin tonic and you're there at 3 in the morning, usually when you're at 1:30 or at 1, the a waiter comes, excuse me sir, this is the last round, we're closing down. At Finca Cortesin, if you want to keep on drinking gin tonics until 5 in the morning, the waiter will come to you and he will say, excuse me sir, would you like another one? They're not going to leave until you want to leave. That's the Finca Cortesin experience.